Good morning, everybody. This is our weekly podcast of Conversations with Jane. It airs live on Jane's Facebook page every single week. And good morning, Jane.
Good.
And Jane, let me just do back up and do it. Many of you know, but Jane C. Phillips is a psychic medium, medical intuitive, and a paranormal investigator. And she has lots of great stories and conversations to have and share with all of us. So good morning, Jane.
Good morning, and thanks for helping host this with me. And hello to everybody who's listening in at the moment. I do need to, I'm trying to figure out which stories, because I have a lot that I want to share with you. I just wanted to address the current climate just a little bit, not because we're all being inundated, but for each of us, with what's going on in the current climate, certainly politically, and some of the things that happened last week, the energy is really chaotic right now. This week has calmed down a little bit. It's going to be probably chaotic next week also. So I would just counsel each and every one of you to really start focusing in on what's important to you and what you can do something about. So if you're getting caught up in things that make you feel helpless, turn the channel off, stop talking to your friends about it. It doesn't serve you, and it sets you up in this energetic climate with all the mass consciousness being so affecting of us that it can set you up for some negative energies to attach to you. And I'm finding for myself personally, I had to create a protocol from nothing, just so all of the energies that were coming to me because they wanted out of here. These are people who have died, probably ghost type energies who are coming to me. And every day I would have like 40 and 50 of them on me. And I thought, what am I doing? I'm not looking at all the dark stuff. So I create a little protocol, and I'll share it with you just in case it works for you. When I am healing energies that are attached or ghost type energies, I create I put a white light vortex above my head as a place for them to go. And I create the white stairway, but I also, because a lot of these energies aren't strong enough to go to the light, I create a support team. So I give them Archangel Michael. I give them, it used to be 10 angels, now it's 10,000. Need more support nowadays. There's a lot flying around. So Archangel Michael, 10,000 angels. I ask for our Mother Mary and Jesus, because I have a Christian background. You can use others. And Archangel Raphael, who is a healer, and Uriel. And all you have to do is do exactly what I said. Just ask these energies to come in, and they're there instantaneously. And then I invite everybody to cross to the light. That's my ghost protocol. But I ask them to cross to whomever would welcome them home with love and acceptance. Because some of these energies haven't crossed because they harmed someone and they don't want to see that person on the other side. Or maybe they were harmed and they don't want to see that person either on the other side. So if they're being crossed to the energies that will welcome them with love and acceptance, they're going to go. The tougher ones that are really embedded get, you're going to love this, but that's what my guides told me to do. They get a blankie and bubble wrap so that and I know and bubble wrap. And they get 50,000 angels, but they still get Archangel Michael, Raphael, and everything. And the reason for the bubble wrap is some of these energies are really afraid, so they'll thrash around. You want to keep them safe. The reason for the blankie is it's winter, unless you're in the southern hemisphere. And I just got told to give them blankies, and also for soft and protection. And so those are my two protocols. For the more embedded ones, they get 50,000 angels, and the others get 10. But so what I did was I set up within me a triage system. So what I have my dog coming in, so I hope she doesn't bark. So I created a stairway of light, and then at the top of the stair is a group of energies. that are triaging people. They say, oh, you need the 10,000 and this group needs the 50,000. And I set that up a few days ago, and it's permanent. It's a 24/7. It's always on. It's kind of like if you're going in for your COVID shot, it's 24/7. You're never going to get stuck waiting. It's going to keep going. I have not had any possessions since, and it was an experiment. So this is just an idea for you, because you may not know that you have energies on you. You may not feel them. I don't automatically feel these. I just check and find out through my dowsing that I have them. So if you want to set up a system because you feel you're being affected, especially if you know you're empathic, meaning you're being affected by all of these energies, you can set up a system in your mind. It works. Our mind has power to create a stairway of light and 2 separate pathways, or if it's just easier for you to do one and ask for angels, Archangel Michael, Mother Mary, Jesus, Archangel Raphael, who's a healer, and Archangel Uriel to come and escort these energies home, and that whoever they need to see on the other side, who would welcome them home with love and acceptance, would show themselves. That's the draw. That's the reason they'll go. And assume they're going to leave. It's worked slick for me for several days now, and I wish I had thought of it a few years ago. But there's been so much energy coming in that I think it's important for you to give it a shot.
Have you ever had somebody, a spirit that didn't leave?
Oh, of course.
Yes. And then what happened? How do you deal with that?
So, especially when if I'm working with somebody, it usually doesn't happen on me that a spirit doesn't leave. But of course, with a client or somebody or a friend, one of the things that will cause a spirit to not leave is you have an attachment to it in some way. They're either a family member that really needs to go and get their life lesson, or they could be a dark attachment or some sort of attachment that likes your energy field. And in those cases, it sometimes takes a little, that's why the bubble wrap. So sometimes you double bubble wrap, and sometimes you just like give them a little push. But the biggest thing I can tell everybody is what my clients will tell me about if they have ghosts or they're aware, is that they ask them to leave and they don't leave. And my experience over time, I've been doing this for 12 years as a profession, and I've probably been doing things earlier than that, is that these energies are afraid to leave, and they don't know how to leave. So if you say go to the light and their energy field is too weak, they can't. So you have to experiment a little bit. Triple bubble wrap them, give them an extra blankie. Young kids, sometimes I give them a magic carpet. So if the gift I have that each of you can have too is that is to be able to make things up so that they can so you can help them go home. And if a young child goes, if I'm being guided that they would think it'd be cool to go home on a magic carpet, I give it to them. You know, and sometimes heavier things, I've had to put them in a sack and lift them up. But just whatever you do will work. It may not work with tough stuff, and you might need someone like me. But and you can find me at janecphillips.com. You can find access to me there. But give it a shot. It's going to take some of the burden off of you, and the biggest thing I can tell you right now is make sure you're focusing in on the positive things. We have the ability to attract whatever we focus in. And if our makeup is to focus on the things that aren't working, then we're basically telling the universe, oh, I want more of that, because that's where our focus is. So I have to consciously focus on the things that are working and just let gently aside the things that aren't working. And but I wanted to share that with you because we're in the middle of some tough times. Last week was particularly tough with all the news. This coming week is going to probably have its own set of challenges. I was going to be doing an abundance class next week, and my guidance said it's not going to land next week. There's too much energy going on, so I've put it off for a week, possibly two. I'll feel into the Abundance Journal class that I'm going to be teaching that'll talk about how tools to focus in on things that will work for you. But
you
go
have,
ahead.
So tell us, and you have clients all over the world, correct? I mean,
Yep.
people come to you from all over the world. What is your class going to be about, and how can people get involved if they would like to?
I'm about to get it published, but right now I'm working with my virtual assistant to get the portal put together. It's a class, it's an abundance journal for highly creative women. I am focusing on women, doesn't mean men aren't invited. But it's to look at the financial issues that we have. Their abundance comes in all sorts of different ways, but the first part of the journal is talking about your past issues with money. This just talks about how you know about money and what lessons you learned from the past, from your childhood, from things you've done. The next thing is going to be talking about just currently where you're at. And then there'll be some tools for future thinking. And it's a simple class. It's $97. It's 3 days. It'll be a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, probably around 10 o'clock Mountain Time, which would be noon Eastern Time and 9 o'clock Pacific and 11 Central. So, and people will get a journal that they can write in and duplicate and rewrite in to start turning your thoughts in a more positive way. I've been doing this kind of work for several years, and this last year I've been working on getting out of some of the debt that I have. So, and I don't like to stay focused on things. So I've been using this journal and other tools to every single day take a look at what I want to manifest and letting the universe know that it needs to help me come up with ideas and the abundance I need. And the moment I do it, I get a phone call from another client. So it'll probably be in a couple of weeks, and I'm sending a notice out to my mailing list, and we'll post it also. Pam will help me post it on Facebook, so you'll have a way to do it.
Awesome. Thank you, Jane. Thank you so much. It's been really informative. I love having these conversations with you.
Yeah. So thank you so much, everybody, and tune in next week at 10:30 Mountain Time and I'll be doing a continuation of some of the things we talked about today. And hopefully, because we're just starting this blog, you'll get a little bit more idea of what I'm going to be talking about in future blogs. So hang in there, and I look forward to hearing from you if you have any questions for me. Thanks for helping me host this, Pam.
You're welcome. Thank you, Jane. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.